Welcome one and all to another episode of the Cinegeeks podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide. I'm Roy, still joined by my lovely co-host Angela.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey Angela, and in case you're wondering, this is part 2 of our special series talking about the feature-length films showing in the 2025 Pure Gold Cinepanalo Film Festival. And as such, we will be talking about the following films. First is Salum, or Salum.
It means delve.
Delve, or parang dive.
Dive, yeah.
Yes. By T.M. Malones, starring Alan Dizon and Christine Mary Dimaisip. And Co-Love by Jill Singson Urdaneta, starring KD Estrada, Alexa Ilacad, Jameson Blake, and Kira Balingel.
But, of course, before we continue, we'd like to remind everyone who hasn't done so to follow our pod wherever you listen to podcasts like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Threads, Letterboxd X, formerly known as Twitter, and Blue Sky, so you can join in on the fun and visit our website, cinegeekspod.com, for the latest in movie and TV news and reviews.
You can send your questions, suggestions, and feedback to our email address, cinegeekspod@gmail.com. And by the way, please do join our Facebook group called the Cinegeeks PHHQ. There you can interact with us and, of course, with your fellow Cinegeeks.
All right, let's now go ahead and talk about the first film for this episode, Salum. Father and daughter tandem, both exceptional scallop divers, sell a clam allegedly containing a pearl worth millions. Blinded by his insatiable desire to find another gem of the same worth, the father makes thoughtless decisions, compromising the only thing worth holding his breath for, his daughter. Yon.
Mm-hmm.
So, medyo malaman yung logline.
Yeah.
Itong scene na to. Wag natin patagalin pa. Ange, what did you think of Salum or Salum?
I think the movie is a very introspective one.
Mm-hmm.
Malalim siya, literally and metaphorically.
True.
Of course, I love the cinematography. It was also done by the director, T.M. Malones, or Malones,
Malones.
if that's how you pronounce it.
Kaano siya ni Post Malones.
Yeah, pero
Sorry.
It was mesmerizing. Alam mo yung ang sarap panoorin nung mga underwater na mga screensaver.
Yes.
Ganun siya kaganda na nakakatulala just watching all these oysters and this coral reef just, flowing with the water under the sea. Under the sea. Ayan. So, yeah, I loved how deep it is. Like it already said in the logline, they are scallop divers. So, siguro for me, sana hindi pa masyadong give away masyado lahat sa logline. Kasi I would have loved to really experience it. Kasi medyo na-prep na tayo ng konti sa fleeting dun sa parang slow living island life. Kasi it's almost the same.
True. Oo, tama ka.
So, ayun, parang I was happy to just experience it and then let the story unfold from there.
Oo. Ang ano dito kasi, eto masabi ko lang din, one of the creatives working behind the scenes in this film is Juan Zigdulay, creative producer nitong Salum. Of course, the director of multi-awarded films such as Firefly and Green Bones. Yan, just recently sa mga MMFF. With that being said, ramdam na ramdam mo yung fingerprints ni Zig.
Yes.
Sa sining ito.
Yes.
Not to say, I am not implying na parang PM did not have any hand in this. No. What I'm saying is, yung parang kung gaano ka sobrang placid, peaceful, meron siyang deliberate na pace, kumbaga. Kasi yun yung sa ganun yung sa Firefly tsaka sa Green Bones eh.
It's slow storytelling, kumbaga slow food.
Yun.
Ganon siya.
Hindi siya yung parang Okay yung ano mo doon, yung analogy mo doon, slow food.
It's best consumed na
ninanamnam mo.
Oo.
Yan, tama.
And talagang ina-appreciate mo yung every element of that flavor. Parang ganon.
That's
You're
true.
Just experiencing it at the moment.
Oo.
Moment to moment, ganon.
Yes. With that being said, the film, of course, ganun yung ganun yung atake niya doon sa how it introduces its characters, yung setting kumbaga, and this emotional complication that exists between the father and the daughter. Nakaka parang in hindsight, medyo parang nung binasa, kasi quite honest dito, ngayon ko lang nabasa yung logline niya. So we try to really go into movies blind. Like, no trailers as much as possible. Or kahit logline, huwag natin babasahin. Nung pinapanood natin yung scene kanina, yun na nga, nakita ko na parang, okay, so dine-develop yung character ni Alan Dizon, tsaka ni Christine, na meron silang, kumbaga, island life relationship as father and daughter.
Very idyllic, very peaceful, and quiet.
Yes, thank you. Yun, yung mga iniisip ko ganun, mga words na yun, tama. Tapos, eventually, there comes this complication na sobrang, kung susumahin ko nga siya, para siyang first and second half lang ng scene. Yun para siyang, the entire first act was just setting up kung ano yung relationship nila, kung nasan silang ganon.
Their dynamic
nila, kung ano yung ginagawa nila everyday, pumapasok sa school si girl. Tapos,
yung way of life nila, basically.
Etc. Everything, yung ganon. And then, someone comes along, and then biglang we kick it into high gear bigla. It's funny kasi kanina biglang naisip ko na parang, okay. Akala ko para siyang sabi ko, para siyang fleeting. Na ganun mabagal yung kwento lang.
Yes.
Tapos biglang dumating tong complication na to, bigla siyang, thriller pala.
It got interesting.
Oo, akala ko bigla siyang thriller.
Biglang naging psychological.
Oo. And then biglang na-resolve din siya agad. Yung parang complication na yon.
It did not stay there, or parang it did not make the stakes high enough. Siguro. Kasi, although, we felt the danger naman. Kasi meron. Pero, I would have loved if parang mas naging dire pa yung consequences or yung possible consequences nung actions or inaction.
Oo. Kasi, ang nangyari tuloy, para siyang, and I don't know if this is parang a meta-commentary, kumbaga, sa parang kung gaano ka day-to-day ang buhay sa isla, sa probinsya. Parang may problema, maayos, tapos na. Back to back to idyllic living tayo. If that's what the film was trying to accomplish, it did it well. Kasi, nagka-problema, naayos, tapos na. Pero, yun na nga as a film, para siyang, parang, yun lang. Medyo nakulangan ako Kasi ang ganda na ng performances ang galing ni Allen. Talagang ramdam mo yung weight of the world with his acting. Yung talagang yung love and care niya para sa daughter niya, naparamdam niya through the pensiveness of his looks, yung mga talagang nakatingin lang siya sa kawalan sa dagat, yung mga ganon, even yung kung paano siya mag-interact with yung kumpare niya.
Si Cuz.
Yung ganon. Tapos yung
cousin, the bear pala.
Actually, parang ganon nga yung dynamic nila. Yung si Cuz tsaka tong si Allen.
Oo nga, no?
Si Allen, si Mike, hindi si Mikey. Si Carmi at saka si cousin. Oo. Pero yun, na parang hindi na-develop na, may isang hindi na-develop na aspect dito, na conflict, na sobrang potent and ripe sana siya for an exploration, in addition to the narrative danger, quote-unquote, na pinuntahan ng kwento. Hindi ko na lang sasabihin ko ano yun, pero yun yung sa akin. Ikaw, do you agree or disagree sa akin?
Although, yes, I agree to some of what you just said. Pero para sa akin, nagawa naman niya. Kasi parang, ayun nga signature din kasi ni Zig Dulay na parang he believes in the goodness of people, the innate goodness, na parang everything will work out if you just stay true, stay grounded, and try to live with honor. Yes, everything can turn out well pa rin kahit na ang dami ng parang complications, hindi natin nakita na nagkaroon ng consequences yung actions nung mag-ama kasi hindi rin naman sila saint.
Yun yun doon ako kasi meron sila mga ginawa dito sa film. And there is this, ayoko sabing mantra na sinasabi nila kasi paulit-ulit nila sinasabi yung phrase na yon. You know what I'm talking about? Na parang there was no grappling with the consequences of why they had to say those words. Diba? Kasi there's something that happens pala kay daughter, and then there's something that happens pala kay father that made them say those words.
Yes.
Diba?
I think I get what you mean na. Parang siguro, nagkulang pa siya ng konting nuance.
Yes.
It was too simple and it resolved itself too quickly.
Oo.
Kahit na mabigat dapat yung accusation na nakuha nila and yung act na ginawa nila, mabigat dapat siya kasi it's something that is parang attack on their
personhood nila, kumbaga.
Oo. And they live by their principle, kumbaga.
Yes, true.
So, yes, I do agree. Ang hirap i-explain without spoiling it.
Yes, again, ang aming policy dito is no spoilers. So, we're sticking to that.
Pero yeah, I think naman na parang it's deliberate. They intended it to be that because knowing Zig Dulay and his past work na parang it really is just a feel-good tale about goodness in people. Kahit na may mga pagkakamali sila, they're trying.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Yon.
Given the success of Firefly and Green Bones, again, ito I'm sorry na I have to fixate doon sa presence ni Zig dito sa movie na to. Kasi para siyang para siyang kapag sinabi natin na yung mga dating movies na kasama si Shia LaBeouf, yung Disturbia, yung Eagle Eye, may director siyang unknown at that time, pero executive produced by Steven Spielberg. So, you know that it has the Spielberg seal of approval.
And the Spielberg thumbprint or fingerprint.
Exactly. So parang pag binigyan na ng seal of approval niya yun, ibig sabihin, meron mga Spielberg-isms na lulusot doon sa sine. Yun.
Yung the Spielberg formula.
Oo, yun. So seeing Zig as a prominent part of the creative team in this film makes me think na parang, okay, so it's like Green Bones or Firefly all over again. And I am not discounting the success that it has both critically and with audiences.
We appreciated naman those films.
I mean, mas ikaw yung parang you appreciate it more than me.
Sheer earnestness. Parang that's the Zig Dulay signature It's earnestness.
Yon. Ang lang kasi dito parang given the situation, the surroundings, and the conflict that they have in them and externally with each other sa lahat ng bagay, these people, as written, they can't afford to be straight, yung story nila can't afford to be told very straightforwardly.
Or parang one-dimensional.
Or one-dimensionally, yes. Thank you. Yun, hinahanap ko yun. Tama. Yun lang yung source ng frustration ko Kasi you have capable people acting on screen. Give them dramatic meat.
Give them layers. Give them more facets. Because andyan nandun na yung foundation.
Oo. Yun.
And
talaga.
Yun nga, I love that after we watched the movie, parang, without spoiling I hope this is not a spoiler, pero meron siyang vibe na may pagka-Moby Dick. So I hope they just explored that more.
Actually, sinabi naman siya sa logline So parang, yun diba yun? Tama. Binulong ang pangakatanan, parang, naging Moby Dick bigla. Okay to
Parang it got interesting there. Tapos parang, and then it resolved itself agad.
Oo. Na meron, tapos ito pa, yung may isang character pa dito. Side character lang naman siya. Na for the whole, like let's say 70% of the film, sobrang niyang antagonistic. And then at the very end, bigla siyang,
Kasi nga goodness, di ba? Yung goodness in people.
Hindi. Joke lang.
Oh my God.
Ay, nako. Pero, by no means is this a bad film. I'm just looking for nuance.
Yes.
Yon. I'm just looking for depth. I just realized that.
So, it goes deep but not deep enough. Yes. Sige. Ano pang mga banat mo? Sige. Ano ba entry mo?
Oh my God. Hindi naman siya fishy. Kung sino na to? Scallopy. Tama na to. Ayun.
Parang I'm still looking for that pearl inside the oyster.
So deliberate pala. Oh my God. So, yun naman sa atin Yun nga, sana lang may nuance pa.
I mean, I appreciated it as it is. Siguro yun na lang. Parang, I just decide not to look for something that's not there. Well, parang I wanna take it as it is.
Well.
And as it is, it's a nice tale of a father and daughter connecting and finding ways na to resolve their differences and meron ding konting coming of age. What it really means to have that treasure, parang ganon.
Ano ko lang, masabi ko lang to. Then we give our rating na. To be clear, okay, yung expectations na nagkakaroon ako for this film, and any film that me personally I see, is only because of what the film starts to offer me. Kumbaga, na parang, I understand it. May ganun din naman mga sine na talagang, don't expect too much. I mean, case in point yung Looney Tunes na sine. It's a Looney Tunes film, don't expect depth. Okay? Pero kasi dito, ang sa akin, ang daming narrative elements that were ripe for parang a deeper look. Therefore, enhancing the subtext, the nuance of the film as a whole. Yun lang yung hinahanap ko. Kasi parang, kumbaga, sorry, masabi ko lang sa Journeyman na linya palagi. May potential siya eh. Sayang yung potential niya. Andun na eh.
I mean, yes, it does promise depth. It was the title.
True.
So, yes, I think they went deep, but for us, not deep enough. Pero, yeah.
But still worthy of your time. Again, this is by no means a bad movie. Pero yun
we liked it, huh?
Yeah, I did.
We liked it.
Yeah. And as such, we're gonna give it a rating of B+.
Yes.
Yes, for Salum or Salum. Ayun.
All right. So let's now go over to the last film for this
Here we go.
episode. Co-Love. When two popular content creators face conflicts in their respective romantic relationships, they decide to form an unlikely collaboration. Medyo late mo na siya na-figure out. Akala ko naman, nung sinabing co-love na parang, parang, alam mo yung mga corny na mga...
Hindi ko naman kasi alam na tungkol sa social media tong scene na to.
I mean, the poster.
Ibig sabihin ng collab.
Yun nga, collab with love.
Oh, God.
Cheesy.
Okay. Ay, nako.
Pero ayun nga, yes. Content creators, romantic relationships, collaboration,
oh God,
co-love.
Oh God.
Roy, eto na. What did you think of co-love? Did you love it?
Sige, ako na muna mauuna. Kasi alam kong marami kang gustong sabihin.
Okay.
Tungkol sa sining to. If you've been following the channel since our early days.
Or the pod,
yes. You know na meron kaming isang movie na ni-review during the Cinemalaya Film Festival, the 2023 edition. Yung unang Cinemalaya natin. Ni-review namin yung As If It's True. By John Rogers, starring Ashley Ortega and Khalil Ramos.
Yes.
Fantastic film. As in talagang kinikilabutan ako every second kung pinapanood yun. Sobrang ganda ng scene na yun. Grabe yung takedown niya of influencer culture and yung kanyang what it has to say about the state of relationships in a society that places what people think on social media above everything else. Even the love supposedly nasa relasyon nyo.
Yes.
Yan. Ngayon, again, hindi ko alam yung premise nito. So, when I went into the film, parang, okay, yun pala yun. The comparisons were inevitable. Okay? I'll get to that maya-mayang konti. Pero let me begin by saying na parang, for better or worse, this is the most Gen Z film I have ever seen in my entire life. For better or worse.
More for better or more for worse?
Yes.
Aladdin.
Alam mo yung yes. Yes, sobrang Aladdin niya. Hindi ko alam kung it's talagang yung ganun yung way of making films ng henerasyon na ganito. Pero para siyang, lest I say it, it's not even a film anymore. It's a series of social media clips tied together with a very haphazard plot thrown together.
Yeah.
And this is me not saying it na para siyang tawag dito, as pejorative, okay? Hindi to derogatory. The film itself is a series of clips. As in talagang it's there. There are inserts on screen na parang may live stream, may YouTube, may ganyan.
It feels disjointed nga dahil dun Kasi hindi ko na makikita yung flow ng narrative because parang, okay, now we're on live stream, okay? And then, we go to an ad?
Tapos biglang mawawala yung illusion na naka-live stream siya. So, totoo na ba to? Tapos maya-mayang konti, yung same scene na yon biglang merong different perspective na naka-live stream ulit. So, parang, what's happening as a film? Ito yung sinasabi, ito siguro yung sinasabi niya, no? Ni Patrick Williams. Nung yung isang video niya na sinasabi niya kinakatakot niya na he dreads the day when films are finally relegated to content.
Yes. Actually, that's the most perfect way to describe this. It feels like long-form content. Parang there is no real parang narrative through line. Okay, we are introduced to these two couples and una, medyo masusundan mo pa. Medyo yung first part, yung act 1, makikita mo pa na, okay, may naging event na nangyari and then that led to something happening.
Yes.
So, up to that point, medyo meron pa siyang, propulsion.
Yes.
Tumatakbo pa yung kwento. And then, after that, when it just became parang series of YouTube videos, I guess, na pinagtagpi-tagpi and then they contextualized it after the fact. So parang, I don't know what to say. It just cheapened the entire premise. Kasi ando na sana eh. I mean, a lot can be said about social media culture, about influencer culture, and, yung mga content creators. I mean, they touched upon burnout. They touched upon conceptualizations. Lalo na kapag team ka of content creators, in their case, couple. Parang ako, nakarelate ako kaagad kasi we're content creators and we're a couple.
Yes.
So parang, wow, okay, now it is an opportunity. This is the perfect time to address real issues that, happens to real people.
Yes.
And, alam mo yon, parang napakababaw. I guess I felt na parang sinadyang babawan.
Yun yung ito. Pagkatapos natin mapanood to, sobrang disappointed ko dun sa scene. Kasi it knew exactly what it wanted to say, pero it just played dumb about it.
Oo kasi alam mo yung umpisa pa lang makikita mo na meron na siyang statement about fakery, about vanity, about competition. Diba? Between content creators. That's very real. Diba? Pero, alam mo yung parang, nandiyan na yung obvious message, but the movie just keeps skirting around it and making it parang na vibe check lang palagi. Ganon.
Alam niya kung yung gusto sabihin niya, pero it's not brave enough. Actually, it's not brave at all to make a stand about what it wants to say. Ito din, isa pa, yung sinasabi mong nangyari sa yung parang after the first act, yung laying the groundwork, the foundation of what the movie is about.
Okay,
the quote-unquote movie is about. Yes. Okay pa siya. And then we get to the complication sa Act 2. Merong siya sanang sobrang interesting na pwedeng sabihin about it. Not spoiling anything, pero if it wanted to, it could have done something na very, very similar sa As If It's True.
Yes.
Andun na eh. Na, and then to be fair to the film, ito yung sinasabi ko pa, kanina, inano kita kasi, syempre yung Act 1, iba yung estado ng mga relationships nila eh. Pagdating ng Act 2, merong naging balasahan ulit. Pagdating ng Act 2, merong naging stylistic choice yung scene eh. In terms of lighting, yan. Meron kasing something that is called, okay? May concept ang mga Gen Z ngayon, ang tawag is bisexual lighting. Which is mixing pink, purple, and blue lighting to represent bisexual characters. Nung Act 2, the film just leans into that so hard.
Dahil may split screen pa.
May split screens pa. Ang dami niyang gustong gawing stylistic choices in terms of this, yung circling around bisexual lighting.
And
okay?
Yun nga parang we know these concepts.
Yes.
Kaya parang we actually got that right away.
Diba? Yung clue na yun na parang, so this is where we are. Sa akin parang alam mo yung
Let's see if they stick the landing.
or parang if they have the balls to really say what they want to say.
Parang you're going there.
Yun,
okay? Let's see it.
Yung biglang
Parang
lumabas
ganun.
yung mga ganun, nilapitan kita din, parang, it's going there. Biglang, okay, maybe I spoke too soon na parang vapid siya sa pananaw ko. Pero eventually, alam mo yung parang siyang, wala, it just became, it just became more of the same from Act 1 na parang, wala, puro pa rin kababawan.
I mean, nagkaroon ba ng development after that? Parang
the movie just ends and there's nothing.
And parang ang bumalik lang siya.
Bumalik lang sa simula.
Siya.
Oo. Although, sige, pwede nating sabihin na parang
full circle, ganon?
Bumalik siya sa simula, pero with changes to the status quo. It's a freaking film. Write it into the film. Make us see it or let the characters talk about it. Okay? And not in a dumb, vapid manner. Respect your audience. Hindi lahat ng audience nyo ay nanonood nung mga parang rom-com na yung uso nung 2010s. Kasi ganun yung pagkakagawa na ito eh. Yung rom-com na masa eh. We don't have any problems with rom-com na masa.
We're big fans of that.
We're big fans of it. Pero elevate your art. For Pete's sake. Diyos ko, Mariosep.
Oo, lalo na ngayon na sobra na tayong exposed sa sobrang daming quote-unquote content.
Yes.
Films na we know how to discern, 'di ba? Stories na parang we know when you're dumbing down the narrative or when you're dumbing down the message or you're parang diluting it.
At saka ito lang, masabi ko lang sige, we said something kanina na parang we're not gonna spoil it, pero this has to be said, okay? So that people who haven't seen this, you're prepared when you go inside. I was ready to parang applaud the steps that this film was gonna make in terms of tackling issues pertaining to the LGBT.
Yes.
It was going there. Ang brave nga na parang, especially using this set of actors. Na parang,
that was an interesting choice.
Yes. Talaga. And then, we get there, the movie just constantly parang teases na parang, ito na.
I mean, it was written in sa dialogue. Meron naman.
Diba?
Oo.
Yung dialogue, puro double entendre.
Oo.
Pero, so parang
and then I guess they just chickened out.
Yun.
Parang ganon. Parang I don't know.
Are they gonna ang magiging kontra dito is parang hindi yun naman talaga yun. It was intentional. Kasi nga pag social media, 'di ba? Dapat you're not true to yourself and to everybody. No, this is a film. You're making a film. You're not making long-form content. This is not a YouTube video. This is not a TikTok video. This is a movie shown in movie theaters. Make a film.
Alam mo, akala ko nga, ito na meron ng parang ganong movie na parang it subverts to that and it really takes it home hard. Yung Becky and Badette.
Yun! Ito, you touched upon it kanina. As content creators, tayong dalawa, there was something so meaty that this film was quote-unquote ready to say.
It was promising a big game. Especially kung, di ba, para sa akin yung mga filmmakers, they're also creatives. Parang
diba?
let's just do away with the label of content creator. Basta you're a creative.
Lahat tayo, creative tayo. Yes, you're right.
You encounter these problems. Burnout, yung conceptualization, yung
having to
struggle,
compromise.
Compromise with your team, ganyan, and also competition, yan. Very real struggles, very real issues yan sa lahat ng creatives.
Why dumb it down? Ano yan? Para maintindihan ng quote-unquote masa?
Or ng Gen Z. It was the right opportunity to
educate. Diba? Kasi, ito it is our responsibility as creatives. It is our fiduciary responsibility to make sure na the content that we create is something that enriches people's lives and educates them. Hindi dapat natin piniperpetuate yung kabobohan at katangahan ng mga tao sa paligid natin. And it's sad that this film does that in spades. And I am saying this kasi as a content creator, there was the point in time in this film that you could have educated the people doon sa struggles ka nito mga to. This is a very real subset. It's a growing subset of the world. These creatives.
Yes. Yung mga content creators and influencers.
Diba? The same way
heck, we are.
We are.
Part of that.
Diba? The same way that there have been countless films in history about filmmaking. So why not have a film about content creation? About these influencers.
Similar process naman.
Exactly. So, parang andun na? Ano nangyari?
Parang as a content creator, I feel like parang this movie cheapened what we do.
Oo.
Na parang Ganun lang, parang kapag ka meron kayong struggle, halimbawa, tayong dalawa, content creator tayo, couple. So kapag ka hindi tayo nagkasundo sa content, maghihiwalay tayo.
Maghiwalay tayo agad?
Parang gano'n naman ka-simplistic yung tingin nila dun sa mga, how the characters were written. Tama ka it was vapid, it was disrespectful, and dismissive of what content creators go through, or what creatives go through. Alam mo yun? I mean, it was very real nga. Nakarelate ako na kahit bakasyon, iniisip mo pa rin yun.
Diba?
Ang dami sana niyang magagandang points na pwedeng i-discuss eh.
Ito, sige. Case in point. Merong sa simula na gustong magbakasyon nitong isang guy just to detox. So, may detox lang. Kasi burned out na siya. Itong partner niya, gusto pa rin mag-content habang magbabakasyon. That's a very real thing. I mean, peeling the curtain a bit. We've had that argument in the past, bago tayo magbakasyon.
Yes.
Yun, yung ganun.
And we decided on what to do. And hindi
as
naman
a couple, hindi tayo naghiwalay. Dahil may gusto kong gawin, may gusto kong...
Parang nakakatawa naman yung bigla na lang maghihiwalay dahil lang hindi nagkasundo dun. And also, maganda din sanang na-discuss nila yung boundary. Yung boundaries na dapat iset ng mga content creators and influencers, kung ano yung pinapakita nila, how real
do you want real to be?
Yon. Kasi yun yung natackle very effectively ng As If It's True.
Oh my God, I love that film. Talaga, sobrang, yung climactic set piece. I'm gonna call that a set piece. Yung conversation nila na yun. Yung set piece na yun was fantastic talaga. Yung away nilang dalawa. Even then, sige, yung spoilers for a 2-year-old film. Yung set piece nila doon, nagsagutan sila kasi itong si Khalil, ayaw na niyang ginagamit siyang puppet ni Ashley. Gusto niya maging totoo yung relationship nila. Ito namang si Ashley, ang sinusopla niya kay Khalil, yung realities nung pagiging sila in social media. Na parang, the things that you have right now, this is because we're a fake couple. Yung ganon. Na parang siyang, ang ganda kasi napaka-adult, napaka-mature nung usapan na yon.
Sobrang niyang in-elevate yung concept. That's what we're looking for.
Yes. Elevate the conversation. Don't intentionally keep it dumbed down. Diba? At saka sabihin mo na, ay, kasi yan naman yung ng masa yan naman yung alam ng Gen Z You'd be surprised na ang masa ang nagko-consume ng Netflix ngayon. Oh my God.
I mean, how many Gen Zs loved the Oscar offerings last
Itong kakaano lang.
Diba? Na-appreciate nila yung mga Anora, yung mga, I mean...
yeah, I mean, I don't like the film, pero I love it that these younger generation kids are, consuming films like that.
Ang dami nating kasabay nung nanood tayo ng Flow. And that was basically a silent film.
Exactly. Diba?
And people nowadays, kahit nga dun sa Oscars, ang daming mga non-English na mga films that they watch.
Sobrang. Do you know how hard it was to get a ticket sa Japan Film Festival?
Dahil sa sobrang daming nanonood,
sobrang
diba?
Daming nanonood na 80% bata. Diba?
You'd be surprised how smart they are. So please. Don't dumb the conversation.
Creatives.
Don't dumb it down.
Alam ko na part of this festival is for profit, and I'm not blind to that fact. Pero you can make profit while still putting out art. Okay? Push Cartels, Piyaya Moon, Fleeting, Journeyman, Salum. Hell, I'll even say Tigkiwili, yung mga ganon. These are great films. And they're not dumbing it down just so they can earn money.
Kahit yung mga Sinimalaya, di ba?
Sinimalaya, yes.
Alipato at Muog. Tumandok.
Oh my God. Gabi puno. The Hearing. Yung mga ganon. Balota.
Kahit yung Balota nga
Diyos ko, sobrang, for what it was, that was elevated na.
I mean, yung MMFF, di ba?
Yun. Diba? Why do we still get films like this? Why? Ay, Diyos ko Lord. Ay.
Okay ka lang?
Okay na. Okay lang. Ay,
medyo na lang ako na hindi lang nagkasundo sa content, naghiwalay. Hello!
Ay, this was so therapeutic. Alam mo parang, parang meron alam mo yung feeling ko parang yung Shutter, may nakaupo sa balikat ko habang nagdadrive tayo pa uwi. Yun lang pala yun. Inis ko lang pala sa collab. Diyos ko Mariosep.
So, are you ready for a collab? Yeah. So, rating na.
Yeah. C. C for
Co-Love. Ayan.
Ay,
So,
nako.
I think
Ayan.
that's it. We've said our piece.
Papaikot-ikot tayo dito.
Uh-uh.
Ay, nako, that's it for part 2 of our series talking about the feature-length films in the 2025 Pure Gold Cine Panalo Film Festival. If you've seen either of both of the films we talked about today, please let us know what you thought about them. Kung galit kayo sa amin dahil hindi namin nagustuhan yung collab, sige lang, mag-comment lang kayo. Wala problema. Kung agree kayo, sabihin nyo din. Yung Salyom, kung nagustuhan nyo or hindi, yun, baka nakalimutan natin bigla. Let us know what you also thought about that film. We love to hear from you. Comment it on our social media accounts or down below on our Spotify and YouTube episode pages.
And of course, please don't forget to set your players to automatically download our new episodes so you don't miss out on our fun Sinigi conversations. Fun naman siya, di ba?
Fun,
Fun for us.
and therapeutic Sinigi conversations.
This is a support group.
Yes.
And of course, while you're at it, give us a 5-star rating. Baka naman on Spotify and Apple Podcast if you had fun or learned something new.
Or thumbs up sa YouTube.
Yeah.
Or, sige, sabihin natin, this is a free country. Kung nagalit kayo sa amin, sige, 1-star kayo sa Spotify or at least, or thumbs down kayo sa YouTube, lang problema. Okay? Free country. And siguro naman ito, obvious naman ito, next na pinag-usapan natin, the studio and distributor and the film festival organizers weren't given any creative control or editorial approval of this episode. They are hearing our review for the first time, same as you are.
That's right. And for my co-host Troy, this has been Angela. Thank you for listening to the Cine Geeks podcast, where movies, TV, and all things geek collide.